Just when you think a golf swing training aid that's been used for decades could not be improved upon, along comes an idea that makes it better. At the Michigan Interscholastic Golf Coach Association Clinic held in Grand Rapids, Michigan, such a device made its debut. Please invest a few minutes of your time and listen to what a high school golf coach with 40 years of experience and a former tour caddy who became a PGA professional instructor had to say about this product. And then watch the reaction of the membership.
A new aspect of my life, right?
Yes.
Here's what really happened. These guys gave me a call, and they said they got a project, and it's an idea that they wanted to develop where it would help with the golf swing, particularly help with the coil, setting up and not developing a reverse weight shift. And the idea kind of clicked in my mind that working with the girls, as well as some of the younger guys, taller guys, they sway, and you can't teach them to get out of that. You just got to go with some idea, and this, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, I'll say the sound's worth 500. You put this under the right foot of a young lady and tell her to coil onto that side. Get the coil, and you're able to get that instead of a sway. And then she releases, as Ernst was showing you, you hear that little click, and a light goes on. That's really where they want to do it. In fact, I worked out with my girls doing this without hitting balls, just getting them to move from the right side to the left side. And with the guys, I used it also. I really want them, and as some of you have heard from Andy, there's changes in the swing. The Jack Nicklaus swing of the past of releasing off the right side early is kind of a gone. You look at the guys on TV now, they're flat-footed on that right foot until impact and right after. It's just the nature of the game now. Maybe they're stronger, maybe it's the equipment. I'm sure that's the biggest part of it is the equipment. The way they can load and unload that shaft that's specially made for them. I have to give it a little extra effort. The idea was, if you could use this with the alignment, Spence's idea was great with the little alignment on the right foot. Great idea. It allows the girls to be able to, and then the fellas to be able to hear that coil and feel as they come off it. I also used it on the left side for the reverse weight shift, because if you get a reverse weight shift and load up over here, which you can see that swing, right? You see that all the time? And then you come back to this, it clicks off the left foot. You don't necessarily have to have them hitting a golf ball while they're doing that, but you can they again hear the sound they don't want to hear on a reverse weight shift. So we put it into effect, and as the guy said, yeah, I helped him out a little bit with some ideas, but that was basically it. The thought that I counted on was that it was something that I could add to my repertoire. It would help me work with my girls who definitely need something more than assistance of words. They need a picture. And then the guys that are needing a little bit of a timing nature of how to release the lower body first and then let the upper body fit into the slot. This was a nice idea for them to have too. And that's basically all I got to say. Just as an endorsement part, it really works. And you know what? I don't know what you guys ended up as a price reflection of, as Randy was talking about. We really haven't been involved in anything, but we talked about keeping it inexpensive so people wouldn't be paying an arm and a leg for it, and making it so that it would be durable and last, because the last thing you want to have to do is to stop doing that in a few weeks. You've got to keep it going. So, and I'm sure they've come up with that. So give them a thought and some time, and if it works for you like it did for me, you're going to be happy. Thank you.
Hi, folks. You know, he mentioned that this thing helps coil the upper body, and you're thinking, what is he talking about? Coiling the upper body with this little plastic wedge here. But it really, I have found that I do a lot of teaching in clinics and schools, elementary schools, and I have found it very valuable to give the kids something fun to play with, to put underneath their feet, so that as you're driving the right knee towards the target and uncoiling from the body down, as you know, from the feet up, excuse me, is where we want to start the downswing, okay? So once they get coiled at the top, and I'm going to try and demonstrate this. It's much easier for me to use this thing than try to totally explain it. I'm not going to carry this microphone with me, so is everybody all right? Can you hear me all right? Yeah. All right. So now, without jumping up on the table, this thing can work a couple ways, all right? So if I put it underneath the left foot, and put it down here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but how many of you have students that do the old Jack Nicklaus left heel up, okay? Now they're moving way off the ball in most cases. So if we put this underneath the left heel, and you're not going to hear the sound in this case, all right? So I use it for students that want to pick up, get up on that foot, and if you watch video day of most of the pros today, you're not seeing any of that. They're staying solid on the ground. I don't know if many of you saw Rick Smith speak last night. I thought Rick did a great job of talking about how many tour players actually spend most of the time on their lessons on the basics, the setup, getting in the proper stance, getting in the proper position, okay? And so this thing is really, really helpful now as you're heading. We get coiled up, we're at the top of our swing, and as soon as we start down, what I try to get my students, I don't know if you can hear it well enough because it's down on the ground, but you get the audible feedback right away. Okay, so I'm just trying to drive as I go towards the target, my heel's coming up, and I'm getting that lower half. We all have students that are going to hear that click after that ball's gone. So by getting the lower half started towards the target, getting that knee towards the target, and having them resist, because I think it also can help get them to understand that, boy, when you do start that downswing, you don't want your arms getting out away from you. You want to keep them in close to your body. Feel this left arm right against my body and let it click. To me, it's a really good device. It's something that you guys can use really simply with your students. And I'm sure they're going to give the golf coaches a great deal while they're here if they buy them during the show, right? But getting these things out, we didn't talk about that before, but put you on the spot. But I really, they came in the door one day and showed me this. I was teaching a class at one of the high schools, one of the elementary schools. And I said, well, let me see that. My partner, Charlie Vandenberg, and I kind of looked at this thing and thought, well, you know, what about this thing? It's simple, and it's something that I really think you guys can get a fair amount of use of. And I know I'm using them. And I got them like 6 or 7 of these things, and I take them to my kids, and the kids hear that click, and they enjoy it. So, anything else you want me to mention here, boys? Okay, thank you, coaches, and if you need any help out at Thousand Oaks Golf Academy, I'd love to help you. Thanks.
As you can see, the membership of the Michigan Interscholastic Golf Coach Association found real value in this product. Loading up in the backswing and shifting weight at the correct time in the downswing are common problems that the Wicked-Wedge will address. If you want to learn more about this product, please click onto our homepage and view the demonstration video. Thank you for spending time with us today. We sincerely hope that the Wicked-Wedge becomes part of your training program.